Hey everyone, how's it going? And welcome back to Let's Play Dishonored, the Knife of Dunwall. We're in the second half of the second mission, and there's going to be an uptick in the difficulty of this one. The second half of this mission, I find to be very tough. And it all centers around not any of the side objectives, but the main objective with Timsh. So we now have our plan in place, we have the apartment key, and the plan is going to be to switch a document that he has to show one of the officials representing the Lord Regent's government. We're going to swap that out by pickpocketing what he has to show them and showing them instead the eviction notices. Here we're getting our supply cache, includes some really handy maps, some recon notes, which give you just a treasure trove of information about Timsh's behavior and how the apartment is fortified. Honestly, really useful stuff. I would go as far as to say invaluable, because this is hard enough as is.
Right now. Just inside the top balcony, there he is. See him? I imagine you could hit him from here. I'll stick around if you don't mind. I'd like to watch.
And she is right, you can snipe him from here. It doesn't solve most of the problems that come with this, though. So, we're gonna blink back to the apartments, because there's another apartment that we have to enter. It's apartment 10, because we still want to get something from there. I think this is optional, but we're going to take advantage of it anyway. It's this odorous sack that we can throw in the ventilation systems in the basement, which we just got the key for on the roof in the supply cache. We're going to throw that in the ventilation system, and it's going to cause them to evacuate. Right as, I think his name is Turnbull, General Turnbull, arrives for the inspection. To meet up with Timsh. This is the dude I was waiting for. Both of those balconies, a guard can patrol to either one of them. This one happens to be looking down at the entrance to apartment 10, so if you just blink onto the opposite balcony, trying to get into apartment 10, he'll usually spot you and cause a whole lot of chaos. So we're gonna wait. Probably deal with apartment 10 after we've cleared that floor that he's on. Usually there are 2 guards up here, but it tends to be inconsistent, which is one of the things that makes this, a little bit more difficult than it should be. Sometimes there's another one around that corner. Just in case he comes patrolling in, we're gonna shut that door. When pretty Emily woke one day, she saw the world a different way. Her eyes now looked with a stranger's guile. Her dainty mouth smiled a stranger's smile. Her hands now worked the stranger's wrath. Her feet now walked a stranger's path. Emily fed, another grew stronger. The stronger's craving drove her onward. And no one who looked on Emily's face ever guessed who ruled in Emily's place. So a stranger manipulating Emily Caldwin.
Who are you?
I understand your curiosity. I'm strange. I was a baker's apprentice in Dunwall Tower. A friend to Jessamine when we were girls. Then afterward, I made my name as a painter. Now, I'm obviously something much greater. If that satisfies you. Because you won't get more. I ought to just kill you. But I'm going to give you a warning for the sake of my sisters, who were very impressed with you once upon a time. Stay away from me. There are great changes coming, and I'll expect you not to interfere. I have influence in places you won't expect. But as for Arnold Timsh, do what you want. I won't hold a grudge. I'm done with him.
Is that who you were looking for? Well, she's a bit of a bitch, and the artwork's hopeless. I know you have your reasons.
So between the poem by Delilah and that talking statue, we have some really interesting implications to explore. Some things that are going to be elaborate. Oh, and this painting by Delilah. Some things that are going to be elaborated on as we finish this and the Brigmore Witches. But yeah, we have Billy Lurk, we have Delilah, and these are important characters and names going forward. Oh, and some correspondence from Roland.
This is Arnold. If you happen to awaken while no one is present, I've prepared this for you, to remind you of recent events to help clear your mind and put you at ease. The plague has ended. I have married and will become Prime Minister, just as you always wanted. My sister and brother are both here and doing well. Your last will and testament has been written and approved. We all love you, Mother. Now go back to sleep. Rest. Everything is fine.
Really tie together everyone's involvement here. Rollins, Timsh's, and Rothwild's. How they connect. Usually around some of the blind corners is that second guard. I don't know what causes him to spawn or not. And it makes me really paranoid doing this floor. Maybe he's in the bathroom? Okay, he's just not here. This is why I've been holding off on smashing the glass container with the whale idol. Okay. That leads to the first floor. Good, no one heard it. That's just 150 coins. Now, next up, we don't know who's on the other balcony from here, because we can't get line of sight, so we're going to blink over here to make sure that no one is directly opposite apartment 10 looking as we enter it. Apartment 10 is more or less condemned, and it's full of rotting bodies, like one of the vacants in The Wire. With cultist scribblings about who they were and what was done to them. This one was a teacher. And the sack. With one of those scribblings next to it. So it gives you a pretty good idea of what is causing it to reek so badly. And where there are cultists, there are shrines.
I've always wondered, what does he smell like? Rotting flesh? Wild flowers? Does he ask you questions? I wonder when he'll speak to me. I hope he dies a lingering death.
Billy Lurk hopes the outsider dies a lingering death.
Here's one last lesson, for old time's sake. The barrister was a champion at finding his enemy's weak points, but he didn't see Delilah as a threat until it was too late. No one's watching Delilah now except you. And me, of course. I see everything. I see forever. And right now, I see a man walking a tightrope over a sea of blood and filth. The Empress is dead, and the water's rising. You've got Rothwild packed into a crate, bound for the frozen north, Dowd. Surprisingly clean work for a man with so much blood on his hands. Did the Empress change you? Or do you think this will help you dodge what's coming? You'd better hurry. You're running out of rope.
You were in a daze. I hope it was enlightening.
Normally, I criticize those encounters with the outsider at the shrine. That one I really like, though. I think it's fantastically written. There's some good dialogue in there as well. Like, just some lines that are good and well delivered in a vacuum. The one about the water rising and running out of rope. Especially. It's like, it feels like it took this long for them to really find the voice for the outsider. Not the voice actor, but I mean, like, who he is. Now, there's a guard coming around this corner. What I'm waiting to make sure about is whether or not there's going to be another one following him. Okay, good. Sometimes that one takes a little bit longer to patrol. And in case he comes in here, I'm going to be ready to sleep dart him. Hopefully, he just stops and looks at a painting while this one goes out on the balcony. If that happens, I have a plan in place. If it doesn't, we would have to improvise. Things are going according to plan for once in this mission, though, and that's great. Sleep dart him, dump you. Fuck.
Oh, I'll find you.
Damn it. You can never rely on any of these characters or guards up here doing what you expect. Usually he patrols this room talking about, like, oh, how entitled people are. And how it's necessary for him to, like, burn the slums or burn people out of the slums to stop the spread of disease and no, that time he decided he wanted a breath of fresh air. Luckily, he didn't alert any of the others. There is a rune in that room, though, and I want it. Plus, we have to clear out a lot of this anyway, along with the floor beneath us.
Indeed, I believe so.
Oh, no, wait. I was mistaken before. Because we were up on the 3rd floor looking down the stairs here at the 2nd. So there's another stairway, the one that we were on that leads down to the 1st. I had myself mixed up. Luckily, neither of these two ever leave the room of their own volition unless they're chasing you or suspicious. So they won't go check the balcony and find the bodies. And go into an alert state. Thankfully, he didn't hear that. I was ready to sleep dart him, but now I can conserve 1 dart and just choke him out. I don't know if I need to place him out. One of them is missing. Interesting. There is also a big security system in here if you alert Timsh or any of the 2 guards patrolling, or anyone else, really, if you make a ruckus. A lot of evictions. And there are a lot of side rooms that branch off from here. To make it kind of tricky. So on top of switching the documents on Timsh's person, we also got his key. Which is how we're going to get into the rune. You can hear it. Huh. It is a Brigmore artifact. We know that is the name of the 2nd DLC. Oh no, shit, I don't have a rewire tool. So I can't really do anything with that. It's just a repair notice. So there's no one left on this floor to activate the alarm. That is greatly to our benefit. So now we just need to clear this fucking floor.
That might be worth checking out.
This... How many of y'all are coming up the stairs? None? Oh shit. That one's running. Oh no. I got overeager. I don't know if he could be heard when he called out for that brief second, or if we clean that up quickly enough. I think we're safe-ish. As long as not too many people are coming up the stairs. Yeah, fuck, I hate this. This is why this mission is real hard. Because you have to traverse so many different floors, and there's stuff to do on several of them. And it's also really hard to reliably predict the behaviors of the guards, of which there are so many in this one. Oh, wait. I think I saw...
That's just ridiculous.
Yeah? I don't know if he'll come out. And then there's still another floor or two. Okay. I'm gonna gamble on this, because I don't think he crossed the room that quickly, but I don't remember there being more than one guard in this room. Yeah, he did just get across the room really fast. Okay, so this is okay. This is fine. We're just gonna make sure we're clear here. Get some fresh air and some sunlight in. Really brighten up the room. Now this room could be a problem, or this floor. Actually, no, it's just this room of this floor. Okay. None of them can see this angle, so I'm gonna go for it. And this...
It's strange. Timsh doesn't name himself the beneficiary in the will.
Is where we find the last will and testament.
To Delilah.
There's still one more thing to do, though. I think we actually have to do it because it's going to serve as a trigger to wake Timsh, who is upstairs, up. I don't know if we would have to place this in the ventilation system if we had not knocked him out. If we had managed to pick his pocket and switch the documents without him being alerted. But there was no way I could have known that he was going to walk out like that. It's also the layouts of the rooms that make this tricky. Like the room that Timsh is in, there are a couple of doorways in. There's no way in from above that I know of, though. And it's hard to bait any of them out of position, so you're dealing with 3 people in a small room who usually have overlapping sight lines on one another. Normally what you're looking for... Oh, and the other thing is, there is a side of the room... I don't think this matters. There's a side of the room where there are no doors, and it's just a few pillars and then kind of open sight lines to one of the balconies that Timsh can go out to. Usually you're hoping for him to leave the room of his own accord after you've taken out those 2 patrols. He didn't want to behave, though. That's still a better outcome than him just choosing not to do anything for long spans of time, I guess. Saved us some time. What the fuck? Oh, I knocked that over. I don't know why they're like this. I think it's because I caused a small stir. I made some of them suspicious before, but we're taking 0 chances with the rest of this. We're not going to kill them, but we're going to make sure they're incapacitated. Can I? Yeah, I'm just missing a little bit of mana, so we can top up and still be full on remedies. And get this. Making a decent amount of coin this mission. Now, I don't believe there's a guard down here, but there is one of the maids who, if she freaks out and discovers you, she'll alert the guards. I think we've dealt with almost every guard in the house, but there are also a few outside you saw in the courtyard. I don't want to take that chance, so I'll use this last sleep dart and then just re-up between missions. Do not want to take that chance. Also, I believe there is a bone charm down here. I don't know that it's anything terribly special, but might as well get it while we're here. There's also some more money to be had from the processed whale oil and the coin. This is an extra bit of max health. Just the smallest pip, but extra nonetheless. Now we're gonna put this in the ventilation system. I think that'll wake Timsh back up. Yeah, you can see him moving around, and a new set of objectives. Do not interfere as he is arrested by General Turnbull. At this point, with the last will and testament and the arrest pending, we're mostly free to move on. His coach just arrived, Turnbull's that is. So as soon as we get closer, things will proceed. So we're just going to find a decent vantage point where we're not going to get caught, but we can also watch events play out.
Bundry Rothwild, founder and proprietor of the Rothwild Slaughterhouse.
I don't love this angle that I'm at that I chose to walk.
Workers are expected to report as usual to...
No, I can't get up there. Might have to watch from down here in this little divot.
By order of the Lord.
Oh no, there they go.
I could barely breathe. Oh, General Turnbull. Yes, I was expecting you. Please come.
Timsh, it smells like a weeper den. I thought we were secure.
And we are. The neighborhood is swept 3 times a week.
Barrister Timsh!
Please, call me Arnold. We're friends. Here, this will clear things up for you. The Regents arranged it. By the way, I don't think I ever got your first name.
What is this? Is this a joke?
I am not sure what you find funny about it.
Barrister Timsh, this is a letter from the Lord Regent dated a month ago, stating that your building is to be seized by the state immediately due to massive infection outbreak, and that your personal assets are forfeit if you do not comply immediately. A month ago? Are you showing me this to try to convince me that you're above the law?
What? Let me see that. This isn't possible.
Barrister, I am afraid I am going to have to take you into custody. And if I or any of my men contract the plague because of this visit, I'll see that your head rolls.
No. This isn't the right document. This...
Get him out of here before he starts bleeding from the eyes. And secure this court. It's under quarantine.
Yes, sir.
So Timsh is dealt with, which means we can now go get the information on Delilah that we've been after. We just have to return to the docks where we started. I am gonna take the path through apartment 10. Remember, we got that key to the back door that leads back out to the waterfront. So we're gonna kind of circle around. This is where the supply cache was. So we're just gonna really quickly get ourselves back there. And it's just through here again, up here, up to the balcony, and then blinking over. Not having to worry about any of the guards possibly spotting us because they're all dealt with, and even if they did at this point, we're about to not even be in the same zone as them. So it's just right out here. And this actually takes us up to an easier to traverse path through the waterfront. It's just Billy. Anything to say?
I saw Talia. She's waiting where she said she'd be.
Okay, good. Now this will be the only tricky bit. Is how we get back up and over. If I was playing as Corvo right now, I would possess that guard and walk through the wall of light, but I think instead we're just gonna wait for him to patrol over, get up on the crates, jump, and blink. Oh, good. Yeah, we definitely don't have enough height here, so we have to get up on the boxes. Oh, he was just stomping on the rat. Oh no, there were 2 of them. I didn't see the one further in the background. Oh man, I just put myself in a really tough spot. Yeah, get up there. Cool.
Emily Caldwin is still missing. Every person with information that leads to her discovery will be granted a substantial...
So this is taking place before Emily was rescued in the main game. Or wait, no, wait, was it? Nope. I'm dumb. That doesn't tell us that necessarily. Hey, no one's coming down the stairs I know of. And we're home free. That is a tough second half of this mission.
Enemies caught up to him. He's in custody as a plague victim. Here's the will as agreed.
That'll do nicely. Perhaps better. But you were promised information. Well, my uncle came under Delilah's spell. He was obsessed with her. Everyone knew she'd been a servant at the tower before she studied under Sokolov. She was a painter, an artist. Beneath my family's class, for certain. My uncle became infatuated. But he looked older, and made us keep candles lit all night. He was afraid of the dark. One night we all went to Waverly Boyle's for a seance. It was an amusement. We didn't know what we were doing. I thought only the dead appeared at seances. But suddenly Delilah was in the room with us. My uncle nearly died of terror. She was there, but not there. We saw her as if she was very far away, standing in the old Brigmore manor, painting at an easel, painting a name. It was your name, Dowd. That's all I know. I hope you find what you're looking for.
Alright, and with all of that out of the way, and that new revelation, that's going to do it for now. Thank you all for watching. Take it easy. Have a good one.